You want me to put that on my todger?
Harry's wife. Ding ding, round 2. Samantha sues again. Narcissists such as Harry's wife start off by being popular. They breeze into people's lives with a rictus grin, flattery. Darling, you look amazing. Oh, how lovely to see you. They throw around the spicy poontang. They dole out compliments, hurling them around like confetti at a wedding. In some instances, they will also use financial muscle. Although Harry's wife, initially, before she became wealthy and infamous, didn't really have access to that because she wasn't particularly well off. Nevertheless, when the narcissist first comes along and is a narcissist in the way that Harry's wife is, people generally are treated well, and they respond to this. They think the person is likeable, kind, interesting, fun. However, where the narcissist stays at a low level in terms of a relatively small fuel matrix, or even getting up to a medium-sized one, largely their antics behind the scenes are difficult to expose because the one person or two people that are subjected to them are often seen as being excessively complainers, that there is sufficient doubt and plausible deniability to cast doubt upon what they have to say. They come up against the charisma of the narcissist. They come up against the facade, with so many people saying, well, Keith has never behaved like that towards me. Are you sure you're not reading too much into it? Oh, I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And therefore, these narcissists, invariably mid-range ones, are able to make life very difficult for a spouse, for instance, and maybe one or two family members, maybe a friend. And everybody else tends to think they're decent people. And those people who are on the receiving end of the unpleasant treatment find it very difficult to persuade anybody else as to the true nature of the narcissist. Harry's wife, however, didn't stay at that local level, if I can call it that, with regard to her fuel matrix. She went higher. And the problem with that is that not only is her narcissism not up to the job, as I've explained to you before, but it means that there are so many skeletons in her cupboards that they're going to fall out. And not only are there plenty of people waiting to catch them and examine them, there are plenty of people who want revenge. There are plenty of people who want to see her downfall, that they have become sick of the lies, the fake niceness, the revisions of history, that they want to see the narcissist fail. They want to see the crash and burn. And with Harry's wife, because she's been unpleasant to her own family, to the royal family, to staff, to individuals behind the scenes, that the list of people mistreated by her is long, but also has become aired as a consequence of, for instance, investigative work by Tom Bauer. The fact that certain people have spoken out about the way that they have been treated by her, that former friends who've been ditched by her, disengaged by her, have spoken about their treatment. And of course, because it's Harry's wife, it all gets thrown under the microscope of the media. Anybody else, a sort of local narcissist, if I can call them as such, they wouldn't have their behaviours scrutinised by national newspapers or on broadcast news. It wouldn't even register. And that's why they're able to get away with it, time and time again. But Harry's wife's narcissism aimed high. And unfortunately, for her at least, it's meant that it wasn't up to the job of keeping her there, and has created so many skeletons they're now being exposed. It also means that not only do so many people want to see her fail, there are plenty of people who are ready to line up and take a pop at her. And one of them, of course, is her half-sister. She recently filed a defamation suit against Harry's wife, but failed. But she's undeterred. An article by Steve Bird of the Telegraph newspaper tells us Harry's wife's half-sister to refile even stronger defamation case against her. Samantha Markle's new legal action will target Duchess of Sussex's comments during 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview. The Duchess of Sussex's half-sister is planning to refile an even stronger defamation case against her sibling. Samantha Markle's legal team has revealed it will focus on comments Harry's wife made during her and the Duke of Sussex's 2021 television interview with Oprah Winfrey. The lawyer's announcement comes after a Florida judge last week threw out part of the case relating to the biography Finding Freedom by probably named plastic-faced Omid Scobie and never been seen again Karen Durant. The sister claimed the Duchess spread demonstrably false and malicious lies to a worldwide audience in the book and her CBS television interview. The $75,000 lawsuit claims Samantha was subjected to humiliation and hatred after her sister said she felt she grew up as an only child. She told the court her estranged sister, 58, had also caused her great harm by suggesting she had only changed her surname back to Markle to cash in on the royal connection. The Duchess's legal team argued that she did not deny having a half-sister and that her opinions and recollections of growing up were not proper subject matter for litigation in court. Naturally, of course, the only time it's allowed into court is when it suits Harry's wife. Michael Kump for the Duchess said that not every perceived slight should be litigated and that calling someone an opportunist was not defamatory. Well, in which case, Harry's wife, you're an opportunist. Mr. Kump argued that the Duchess had not accused Miss Markle of changing her name to cash in on her newfound fame. Judge Charlene Edwards-Honeywell found that the Duchess was expressing an opinion about her childhood, a relationship with her half-siblings that cannot be disproved, and so she wasn't liable for the book's claims. Samantha Markle's lawyers said it was unfortunate that the judge's ruling was seen by many as the end of the legal action, known as Markle versus Harry's wife. Instead, they said the judge had allowed the legal team 14 days to amend their complaint. Their statement adds, "This upcoming amendment will address certain legal issues that are related to our claims for defamation, as it specifically relates to the Oprah interview on CBS." A statement written by Samantha's attorney, Jamie Sasson, says that we vehemently oppose the narrative. The media reported, claiming the Duchess had won, adding how they look forward to presenting an even stronger argument for the defamation and losses that our client has had to endure. The amended claims could also cite elements of the 2022 Netflix series that covered Harry's wife and Prince Harry's relationship, from early courtship to their decision to step back from the royal family and move to America. In recent years, the falling out between the half-sisters has become a very public spat. Samantha published a book, The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister, Part 1, in 2021, in which she claimed her sister was treated like a princess her whole life, but never fully appreciated. As I've explained previously, the treatment of her as a princess was part of what contributed to the lack of control environment, which was formative with regard to her narcissism. Accordingly, although Harry's wife might have thought that victory was the end of it, it would appear not, and instead the legal claim is going to continue, which of course remains as a threat to control. What do people below the line think about all of this? J.Z. Wilson, that family, hope you're happy, H, in your 16-bathroom mansion in an area of drought. Mike Hinden, perhaps Harry's wife's lawyer, should tell her not every perceived slight should be litigated. Eileen Bates, I do wish they'd stop referring to this woman as Duchess, even if it is correct. I could think of much more appropriate titles, but my suggestion has been deleted. Chris James, this woman's family is a circus. I hope the sister wins her case, however. J.Z. Wilson, yeah, better the circus clown you know than the one who spills lies. Ian Carmichael observes, does anyone actually care about this rubbish? Gregory Edelston, I really don't care. Michael Bennett, nice to see that Harry's wife has such sisterly love for the females in her life. Jay Salt replied, she doesn't like anyone, but the feeling is mutual. Andrew Luck, whenever there's a bad smell being reported in the news, it's never a surprise to see the name Harry's wife closely associated with the story one way or the other. Dangerous Dave, dysfunctional family. Next. Tim Ledbury, good, I hope she gets some money from the ghastly grifter. Sybil Griffiths, it must be absolutely awful having a sister like that. Samantha has every right to seek justice. Harry's wife got one of the most famous women in the world to listen to her opinions and recollections. What about Samantha's feelings and memories? Harry's wife has got the best lawyers to try and cancel Samantha like she's treated everyone else who tries to pursue the truth. Which, of course, she does, because the truth is a threat to her truth, which is a threat, of course, to her need for control. So it looks like the lawsuit will rumble on. Will this time Samantha Markle emerge victorious? We shall have to wait and see. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.